This is the King James Radio Network, your radio home for North Brunswick Raiders sports, Restoration Place, Timothy Christian Tigers basketball, the Cal Ripken Baseball District Championships, the Ladies of Our Turf football, and the Jersey Basketball Association.
And with that, it is a pleasant Saturday morning. To one and all, we welcome you to Middlesex County College in Edison, New Jersey, where today the GMC Softball Tournament Championship is on the King James Radio Network. Of course, it is 1 versus 2 here in this matchup. Bishop Ahr, they are the number 1 seed, the Lady Trojans under head coach Missy Colazo, and JFK, the Lady Mustangs, the number 2 seed, and they are under head coach Maureen Gallagher. Of course, glad to be here with you at jamesisking.com. Also on Facebook under the name King James Radio Network, and on Twitter at King James Radio 1. And so, with that, we will get you to the starting lineups here. Now, Bishop Ahr being the number 1 seed, they will take the field. They will be out first, and they are behind junior pitcher Alyssa DiJianne. And so she will face this lineup for JFK. Jill Sims is the pitcher leading off for the Lady Mustangs. Bianca DeSanto is the shortstop batting second. Ashley Ahr is at third base hitting third. Jenny Gordon is the catcher in the cleanup spot. Olivia Sims is in right field batting fifth. Katie Baumgarten is the first baseman hitting sixth. Erin Sinatra is the designated player. She will bat seventh. Sophia Hindi is at second base batting eighth, and Kylie Milage is in center field batting ninth. She will be, Sydney Milage is the flex player, and she will be in left field. So that is your look at JFK. Meanwhile, Alyssa DiJianne is your junior pitcher for the Lady Trojans. She is 17-2 on the season with an ERA of 2.25. She's pitched 115 and a third innings. Only 92 hits allowed, 37 walks, and 145 strikeouts. That's 8.8 strikeouts per 7 innings.
Our official score for today's game is Gail Serrana, scoreboard operator, Mr. Anthony Muldowney.
I believe the pronunciation is DiJianne. I think that's what I was told like a year ago. But that's a whole nother matter. But we'll get you the alignment here for the Lady Trojans. The defensive alignment. Megan Herka is the first baseman. Allison LaRochelle is over at second base. Colleen Cronin is the shortstop. And then I just completely lost my thing here. Colleen Cronin is the shortstop. And then Allison Van Denmark is over at third. Over in left field is the flex player, Mackenzie Pfizer. In center, as DiJianne makes her first pitch to Jill Sims, and it's a fastball missing outside for ball 1. So we are underway. But over in center field is Rebecca Irizarry. In right is Paige Tiedeback. And your next pitch, Sims swings and hits this one foul to the right side off the end of the bat. 1 ball and a strike. But yeah, Paige Tiedeback is in right. Jenna Schwartz is behind the plate. And in the circle is Alyssa DiJianne. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As Sims showing bunt here. DiJianne winds with her pitch, and it's up and in. 2 balls and a strike on Jill Sims. Sims, a right-handed batter. She's a senior, hitting at .316 with a homer and 14 runs driven in on the season. DiJianne's pitch misses outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. JFK, they are in their white jerseys with the green letters and numbers, green pants with the white stripes. Bishop Ahr in their red jerseys with the white sleeves and white pants. 3-1 is popped up in the infield. And who will get it? It will be the shortstop, Colleen Cronin, making the catch for the first out. So 1 out, nobody on. And that will bring up the shortstop, Bianca DeSanto. DeSanto is also a senior, hitting at .355 with 27 hits on the season, a homer and 12 runs batted in. DiJianne's pitch. This one is popped up over the third base line, and it is a foul ball. Maureen Gallagher not very happy. It went off of the glove of the third baseman, Allison Van Denmark. Maureen Gallagher contending that it was on the third base line, but home plate umpire George Evanego says different, and it's a foul ball and strike 1. So already a little bit of brouhaha to start this one, as this one misses outside from DiJianne for ball 1. 1 ball and a strike on DeSanto. And your next pitch. That one is at the knees. Looked like it hit the inside corner for a called strike. And the count now at 1-2. Bishop Ahr comes in at 18-2 on the season. JFK at 21-2. Your next pitch, missing outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bianca DeSanto. Now JFK, they were just eliminated in the state playoffs 2 days ago by Matawan. They lost 2-0. So this is it for the Lady Mustangs. Your next pitch hits DeSanto on the left arm. And she will head down the first. That one rose up and in on DeSanto. And hits her on the left arm. So she will go down the first. That will bring up the number 3 hitter for JFK, Alyssa Ahr. Ahr is a junior hitting at .368 with a homer and 16 runs driven in. Right-handed batter. And DiJianne's pitch misses outside for ball 1. I was saying in my preview last night, which a couple of people managed to hear, which is a minor miracle in and of itself, but that the matchup to me today, as DiJianne's pitch misses low, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Alyssa Ahr. The matchup here for me is going to be Jill Sims in the circle for JFK against this Bishop Ahr lineup. If Sims can contain it, next pitch on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 2-1. Now, of course, Alyssa DiJianne, she's taking over for Katie Eicher, who won the title last year for Bishop Ahr. This one's a high fly ball out to left field, and going back on it and making the catch is the left fielder, Mackenzie Pfizer, side retired. Pfizer, looked like she started to come in and then drifted back a little bit as that ball had maybe a little more trajectory. If I apologize if I said 3 outs, it's 2 outs in the inning. 2 outs, a runner on first. That'll bring our catcher, Jenny Gordon. Gordon is a junior hitting at .419 as DiJianne misses with a fastball outside for ball 1. 4 homers and 22 RBIs for Gordon, 31 hits. And so her next pitch, swing and a miss. And the count at 1-1 on Gordon. So Gordon is certainly statistically the best hitter in JFK's lineup, although they have a few girls that, can rake, as you will. Swing and a miss. Belt high fastball from DiJianne, and it's 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner on first for JFK. Your next pitch. Swinging a foul straight back. Coming this way past the bleachers. Still 1-2 on Gordon. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the first inning, 2 out. JFK with a runner on first, no score. And so DiJianne will wind with her pitch. Swing and a miss on an outside. Looked like a change for strike 3. Side retired. First strikeout for DiJianne, and that will do it for JFK in the top of the first. So for the Lady Mustangs, no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left. So middle of the first, and it's JFK nothing. Bishop Ahr coming to bat. We'll come back with the GMC Softball Tournament Championship on the King James Radio Network.
This week at Restoration Place, Trust Him in Everything by First Lady Darlene Bazemore.
We have to be, when we have difficult circumstances and situations that face us in our lives, we have to trust Him with our last. We have to trust Him with everything.
Be restored at Restoration Place every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time and on demand anytime on the King James Radio Network at jamesisking.com.
We go to the bottom of the first inning, and so JFK did not score, so Bishop Ahr will get their turn against senior Jill Sims. Sims 11-0 on the season. Her ERA, 0.54. That is not a typo, 0.54. 90 in the third innings pitched, 62 hits allowed, 24 walks, and 135 strikeouts in those 90 in the third innings. Only 7 earned runs allowed for Sims. 10.5 strikeouts per 7 innings. And so she will face this lineup for the Bishop Ahr Trojans. Megan Herka is your leadoff hitter at first base. Allison Rochelle is the second baseman batting second. Alyssa DiJianne Some people say DiJianne. I say DiJianne. But she's your pitcher batting third. Paige Tiedeback is in right batting fourth. Jenna Schwartz is the catcher batting fifth. Allison Van Denmark is at third batting sixth. Gianna Rossi, the designated player, batting seventh as Sims with her first pitch. Herka, it's a mighty rip and fouls it off behind us to the left here. No balls and a strike. But Rebecca Irizarry is the center fielder batting eighth, and Colleen Cronin is at short batting ninth. Mackenzie Pfizer is the flex player in left field. So Herka is the one to watch. Sims misses with a fastball inside. 1 ball and a strike on Herka. Herka homered in last year's championship game against Old Bridge. An opposite field homer to left center. Your next pitch. Misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. So not easy to pitch to Herka on any part of the plate. This year, Herka's hitting .628 with 6 homers, 18 driven in. As this one is a ground ball over to second base and picked up there by Sophia Hindi. She makes the throw to first for the first out. So that will bring up Allison La Rochelle. La Rochelle, a right-handed batter. And Sims with her pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup. 0-1. La Rochelle hitting at .387 with 3 homers and a team leading 25 runs batted in. 24 hits on the year. And your next pitch. And it hits La Rochelle on the right knee. And La Rochelle has to pause for a second, but she will trot down to first. So obviously first hit batsman. So here is Alyssa DiJianne. And so, they're checking on her. Missy Collazo checking on La Rochelle over at first base. She will stay in. Got hit in the right knee. Meanwhile, DiJianne hitting at .431 with 3 homers and 21 runs driven in, 28 hits on the season in her junior year. Right-handed batter. Sims will wind with her pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. 0-1. I'll have to get you our game time temperature here when I get a second. As next pitch popped up, going out to left center field, and it'll drop in for a hit. Nobody got there. Sydney Milage looked like she was the closest one to it, but it drops in to left center field for a bloop base hit. So DiJianne is on first. La Rochelle down to second. And so the Lady Trojans have runners at first and second with 1 out. And that will bring up Paige Tiedeback, the right fielder. Left-handed batter. And takes a fastball at the knees from Sims for strike 1. Tiedeback is a freshman, hitting at .413 on the year. 26 hits, 2 homers, and 20 driven in. And your next pitch. Swing and a sliced foul to the left. Out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. I have to get you guys the defensive alignment for JFK here in just a minute. Your next pitch. Missing up high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the count at 1-2. Your next is swung on and popped up behind the circle, and Bianca DeSanto makes the catch, throw to first, double play, side retired. They caught DiJianne off of first, just a little too far. So DeSanto making the catch and throw to double off DiJianne. And so that will do it for Bishop Ahr in the bottom of the first. The Lady Trojans, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. End of 1, no score. JFK and Bishop Ahr in the GMC Softball Tournament Championship game on the King James Radio Network. We go to the top of the second inning, and Alyssa, I got confirmation it's Alyssa DiJianne, will go back out for inning number 2, so I apologize. DiJianne, it sounded good. It sounded like that French mustard, but anyways, DiJianne. She's back out for inning number 2 And first pitch is fastball missing outside for ball 1. The hitter is Olivia Sims. Sims is a right-handed batter, the younger sister of Jill Sims. Swing and a miss. That one on the outer half. 1 ball and a strike. Olivia Sims is a sophomore hitting at .424, 4 homers and 15 runs driven in, tied for the team lead in homers. And check swing, foul, back this way. Off to the left, or off to the right rather, off to my right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our game time temperature is presented by the Weather Channel. So we'll get to that here in Edison as we move to the top of the second. Sunny skies and 70 degrees at game time as DiJianne throws one past Sims, a swing and a miss on a fastball outside the strike zone for strike 3. First out of the inning. Second strikeout for DiJianne. That'll bring up Katie Baumgarten. Baumgarten, a 4-year starter for JFK. First pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Baumgarten, a left-handed batter, hitting at .381 with 12 RBIs, and slices the next one, a low and in fastball, foul to the backstop, and the count at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. And DiJianne winds with her pitch, missing outside. And the count is 1-2 on Baumgarten. Baumgarten actually started out as a pitcher for JFK, and then ultimately moved over to first base. Your next pitch, swing and a miss. Belt high, foul tip into the mid for strike 3 for the second out of the inning. Second strikeout of the inning and 3rd in a row for DiJianne. That'll bring up Aaron Sinatra, the designated player today. DiJianne's pitch, missing high, ball 1. Sinatra is a junior hitting at .276, no homers, 11 runs driven in. Right-handed batter. And your pitch, missing outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And your 2-0, missing outside, ball 3. So DiJianne behind in the count, 3 balls and no strikes on Sinatra. And the 3-0. That one at the belt for a called strike, and it's 3-1. Sophia Hindi is on deck for the Lady Mustangs. JFK went undefeated in the GMC White Division. Swing and a miss. Count now at 3-2. So JFK champions of the GMC White, Bishop Ahr champions of the GMC Red. DiJianne's pitch on 3-2. Outside, fastball, ball 4. Second walk issued by Alyssa DiJianne. That will bring up Sophia Hindi. Hindi is a freshman hitting at .292 with 6 RBIs, 14 hits. It's on the outside corner for strike 1. You know, this group that Maureen Gallagher has been able to put together for JFK. And your next pitch, swing and a foul tip straight back. 0-2 now on Hindi. Kylie Malaj is the number 9 hitter for JFK. She is on deck. With no balls and 2 strikes on Hindi. 2 out here in the second. Your next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3, side retired. So 3 strikeouts in the inning for DiJianne. She has 4 for the game. And that will do it for JFK in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. And so, middle of the second, no score. JFK and Bishop Ahr will come back on the King James Radio Network.
This broadcast is a production of the King James Radio Network, which is solely intended for the private use of its listening audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this audio transmission without the written permission or consent from the King James Radio Network is strictly prohibited.
Bottom of the second inning, we go. And so no score here in our GMC Softball Tournament Championship game between Bishop Ahr and JFK. The Lady Trojans are up. Catcher Jenna Schwartz will come to the plate. Schwartz, a North Brunswick kid. For those of you that follow our North Brunswick coverage. Schwartz is a sophomore, hitting at .361, 2 homers and 21 driven in. As Sims misses low for ball 1. Schwartz, a right-handed batter. Sims will wind. Next pitch. Just missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Even dimensions here at Middlesex County College. 225 from left to right. Yeah, next pitch. Swinging a line drive foul left side, sailing over the head of head coach Missy Colazzo over there in the third base coach's box. Good thing she's got the visor on. 2 balls and a strike. And so Jill Sims with the 2-1. Fastball just missed outside. It's ball 3. 3 balls and a strike on Schwartz. So the 3-1 from Sims, a high fly ball to left. Kylie Milage is under it. She makes the catch for out number 1. Sydney Milage in left field. Kylie's in center.
Now batting for Bishop Ahr, the third baseman number 23, Alyssa DiJianne.
Here's Allison Van Denmark. Van Denmark, also a North Brunswick kid. Right-handed batter. And Sims with her pitch. And it's a high strike at the belt. 0-1. Van Denmark hitting at 296 as a senior with a homer and 14 driven in. Sims with her 0-1. Swinging a grounder over to third. Ashley Ahr along the line. Has it. Throws to first. 2 out. So 2 out, nobody on. And that will bring up Gianna Rossi. Rossi, the designated player for the Lady Trojans. And a left-handed batter. Sims with her pitch. Misses up and in for ball 1. Rossi is a senior. And your next pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. 1-1. Rossi, at least according to my numbers here, still looking for her first hit. 0 for 11 so far. Sims with her pitch. Swinging a grounder, roller going over to second base. Handy charges, picks it up, throws to first. Side retired. So a 1-2-3 inning for Bishop Ahr in the second. So Sims has now retired her last 4 batters. Nothing across. We have played 2. No score. JFK and Bishop Ahr will break, and we'll come back with the GMC Softball Championship on the King James Radio Network. Top of the third inning, and so JFK up. Kylie Milage swings at the first pitch, tried to slap it, and slaps it foul over to the left side. No balls and a strike. So Milage is a left-handed batter. I have a special guest with me here at the table as DiJianne misses outside, so it's a ball and a strike on Milage. Let's see. Milage is a senior, hitting at 250 with 2 RBIs. So I'll get to my special guest here as this one misses outside. My special guest is the head softball coach, the new head softball coach here at Middlesex County College, Jim Muldowney, sits to my right. And we'll talk with him a little bit about the program and what to look forward to as Milage slaps one foul to the left side over the JFK dugout. So it's a ball and 2 strikes. And so we'll get to Coach Muldowney here probably after this next pitch and talk to him a little bit about what's been happening. As DiJianne's pitch swing, this is a slap over to shortstop. Colleen Cronin picks it up. Throw to first, not in time, beats it out. So an infield hit for Milage to start things off for JFK here in the top of the third inning in a scoreless game. So top of the order, and Jill Sims will come up. Sims popped out to short her first time up. So Coach, I know that this is you guys closed down the program for a year, and you're trying to get it back up. So I'll ask you about that first. As DiJianne's pitch, she offers to Sims and misses for strike 1. So no balls and a strike as Sims trying to bunt Milage over to second here. But, you closed down the program for a year, so tell me about what that process has been like.
Yeah, we're excited. I was hired on March 20th, and since March 20th till right now, I've seen personally upwards of 40-something high school games between Middlesex County and Union County. And we're excited about the kids we have coming in, and we're excited about getting this program back in order.
Sims shows bunt, pulls it back, and looked like she was going to swing away, but DiJianne's pitch is outside for ball 2. It's 2 balls and a strike on Jill Sims. Kylie Milage is the runner at first. Here in the top of the third, no score here in our GMC championship game. And DiJianne's pitch, again missing outside for ball 3. 3-1 on Sims. Has it been Has it been, easier than you thought, more difficult than you thought?
It's been kind of about what I expected. Coaches have been very receptive in the county. We're just excited about getting this thing going. The philosophy of the program is going to be for the girls to come in and have a good experience.
3-2 on Sims. Go ahead.
Girls come in, have a great experience.
As Sims pops this one up to left field, should be an easy play for Mackenzie Pfizer. She makes it for the first out. Moving back to first is Kylie Malaj. 1 out, 1 on, and Bianca DeSanto will come to the plate. I'll let you continue, Coach.
And we also want them to, come in and think about their future. So, get their coursework in order at Middlesex County College, and we would like to see them all go on to four-year colleges to continue their careers after they do here in Middlesex. And then the third thing is that just improvement. We want them to come in. They're going to be better softball players.
DeSanto pops one up to third base where Allison Van Denmark makes the catch for the second out. So again, holding at first is Kylie Malaj. Now 2 out, a runner on for JFK, and Ashley Ahr will come to the plate. Ahr flied out to left her last time up. Go ahead.
And the third thing, is just the improvement. We want them to improve. They're going to be better softball players when they leave than when they first came in, and we want them all to be coaches in the future. That's the way I coach. I want all my players, when they leave the program, they're going to be able to go out there and be coaches themselves.
DiJianne's pitch misses outside to Ahr for ball 1. It goes off the glove of Jenna Schwartz to the backstop. Moving down to second is Kylie Malaj on the passed ball. So it's a ball and no strikes on Ashley Ahr. No score, top of the third inning, 2 out, and JFK now with a runner in scoring position. Again, talking to Middlesex County College softball coach Jim Muldowney as Alyssa DiJianne with her pitch. And just missed inside. It's dropped by Schwartz. Going to third is Malaj. The tag not in time on the throw. And moving over to third is Malaj. So 2 pitches and 2 bases. 2 balls and no strikes on Ahr. And so now JFK with a runner at third here. DiJianne will step back onto the rubber. And her next pitch, swing and a miss on a low one there. 2 balls and a strike. So, is there a process in which you bring in players to potential players to talk to them, or I'll wait till this next pitch? 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Is there a process in which you bring in players, and you mentioned the grades and everything about speaking to them about X, Y, and Z?
So we initially send out flyers to all the head coaches in the county, asking for their senior players.
2-2 is fouled back.
And then myself and my assistant coaches, my full-time assistant coach is going to be Dave Rosano, who coached with Central Jersey Lightning for a number of years, travel program. My daughter is going to be a volunteer coach. She played at North Brunswick High School and University of Rhode Island.
Marilyn Muldowney, yep.
Yep. And my son Anthony, who played baseball at North Brunswick High School, is going to be a volunteer coach, and along with Cheryl Kiersgaard, who's done many years with travel programs throughout the Woodbridge area. So we made contact with the coaches, and then we started just beating the bushes and going out to games. Like I said, I personally have been to about 43, 44 games.
As Ahr loops this one to short, Colleen Cronin makes the catch, and that will retire the side. We'll stay here with Coach Muldowney as he's talking about the process of getting the college softball program back up here at Middlesex County College. But for the Lady Mustangs, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. So we have played 2.5. And no score here in our championship game. So you were talking about your coaching staff that you put together. I'll let you finish on that.
Yeah. So along with myself and my coaches, my assistant coaches have both been out to excess of 30 games, and we did an entire sweep of the county with the seniors. And then late in the season, we started focusing on the junior class. So right now, we have about 25 girls who are committed to coming into Middlesex County College to continue their softball careers, and we're excited about that. We have all positions are filled. We have multiple players at most of the positions. A lot of them are versatile, can play more than one position, which we're excited about, and we're just ready to go. I wish we were practicing right now, to tell you the truth. I mean, we got a great facility here, as you can see. This is a great game we have right in front of us right now. We got a great crowd, great weather. Couldn't be a better day for softball.
Is it more about geography and making sure you get a little, you mentioned scouring the county, is it more about getting a little bit of everybody from each part of the county, or is it more about the talent level?
No, it's just about getting players. We want players, not necessarily care where they're from. I know when I was the baseball coach here 40 years ago, we want to get the best players from the best programs. And, we will go after the best players because sometimes, they will go away to 4-year schools. And, Middlesex is not for everybody coming out of high school. But sometimes they go to 4-year schools and they get there and they realize it's not what they expected for a number of different reasons. So, we'll get some girls, to transfer back mid-year. We'll get some girls that were away, all of this year and probably come in September as transfers. So that's just part of the entire process here of being at a junior college.
As we start the bottom of the third inning, Rebecca Irizarry takes a fastball from Jill Sims outside for ball 1. So Irizarry, it'll be 8-9-1 for Bishop Ahr here in the third. Sims with her pitch. This one hit high in the air, foul ground, left side. Air gives chase, but it's over the fence and out of play. 1 ball and a strike. Irizarry is a junior hitting at .317 with 1 homer and 14 runs driven in. Colleen Cronin will follow, and then back to the top of the order, and Megan Herka here in the fourth for the Lady Trojans. And this is where, Jill Sims will start to earn it because she's got to keep runners off base in front of Herka as that one misses up high. So 2 balls and a strike on Irizarry. Again, talking with Middlesex County College softball coach Jim Muldowney about his program. How much you mentioned you coached baseball here. Now, you mentioned also it was 40 years ago, so can you take any of that knowledge as this one is hit foul to the right? Baumgarten gives chase, but it goes over the fence and out of play. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Irizarry. Can you take any of that knowledge from when you coached here 40 years ago and bring it with you to the present day?
Yeah, some things are still the same. The travel arrangements are the same. Most of the teams in the conference are the same. So I'm familiar with where we're going and what we're doing. We've actually gone to a couple of college games this year on the weekends just to see what the competition would be, all about, just to see what we're getting ourselves into. So that was very good that we did that. So we see what a little bit about what we're up against, and the facilities here are great. The facilities have been upgraded tremendously since when I was here in the past, which is a great thing.
Before I let you, 3-2 from Sims misses high for ball 4. So Irizarry walks. She's on first. Colleen Cronin will be the hitter, and now Ashley, check that. Jenny Gordon will go out to talk to Sims. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, our outdoor facilities have been upgraded. Our indoor facility is tremendous. We got a huge gymnasium where we can get our indoor workouts in. Our fitness center is second to none. It's state-of-the-art equipment. The girls will be able to work out there. In the winter, we're going to put them on a winter, conditioning and training program. With a combination of all different kinds of, colleges, what they're doing around the country. That we'll adapt that, to best fit our needs. We have a mandatory study hall right now for all our athletes. They have to put in 2 hours a week, all year long. So starting in September, which I think is a great thing. It's a great thing that parents want to hear that. That's a beautiful thing.
Ground ball from Colleen Cronin the second. Hindi had it, flips it to short for 1, but then DeSanto could not make the transfer. No, they're going to call her safe or out. Wait, out. Okay. So base umpire calling the lead runner, which would be Irizarry, out at second base. So score at 4-6 on the fielder's choice. Cronin reaches. She's at first, 1 out, top of the order, and Megan Herka comes up. And again, Herka coming into today with 6 home runs for the Lady Trojans. She grounded out to second her first time up. So Jill Sims, this is the spot here. As Sims with her pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike 1. Tough situation here in trying to pitch to an all-fields hitter like Herka. If you're Sims, you might try to go upstairs here and climb the ladder. And your next pitch, pop foul straight back. Right off the top of the backstop here. No balls and 2 strikes. I'm going to be counting on your glove skills if you have any, if one comes this way.
I hope I can protect you. I don't know. I've slowed down a little bit in my older years.
Marilyn's not here. She was a shortstop. She's not here, but so it'll be up to you. No balls and 2 strikes on Herka. And Sims with her pitch. Missing outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So I'll wait until Herka's done before we continue our conversation with Jim Muldowney of Middlesex County College. Runner on first for the Lady Trojans. No score. Bottom of the third. Sims pitch. Missing inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, Herka can go to right field. She can go to left field. So Sims ready. And her 2-2 pitch. Just missed. The collective groans from the JFK crowd. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Herka. Cronin at first. And Sims with the 3-2. Swing and a hard ground ball in the right field for a base hit. Cronin will go from first to third as Olivia Sims can't pick it up. And so the throw goes into Jill Sims. Throw to first to try to get Herka, not in time. Baumgarten will flip it back to Sims, to Jill Sims. And so Cronin to third. Herka with a single. She's at first. First and third for Bishop Ahr with one out. And Allison LaRochelle will come to the plate. LaRochelle was hit by a pitch her first time up. We'll continue with Jimbo Downey here. With these two teams, you know, being at the top of the food chain, so to speak, they're going to walk LaRochelle here. So intentional walk to LaRochelle. So Maureen Gallagher will go ahead and walk LaRochelle and pitch to Alyssa DiJianne, the pitcher, who singled her first time up. And that's, you know, loads the bases for Bishop Ahr with one out. And so Sims will be ready here to try. She needs an out. And her pitch popped up. Right side, hits the backstop. So no balls and a strike. With these two teams at the top of the food chain, so to speak, you mentioned getting the best players. Where do you choose between the best teams and the best players? Is there a line that you draw?
No, there's really not a line that you draw. Like I said, it's not for this situation at the junior college level is not for everybody, but I think it should be for more girls than actually think about it initially.
DiJianne takes a fastball in the inside corner for strike 2, 0-2. Go ahead.
And that's what I hope to get across in the future. Just making them aware that this is a viable, good option.
Grounded to short. DeSanto comes home with it, gets the force as Gordon steps on home plate. So they cut down Cronin at the plate, scored at 6-2. Everybody else is on base. So that puts Herka at third, LaRochelle at second, and DiJianne, the pitcher, at first. So 2 out now, and that'll bring up Paige Teeterback, who hit into a double play her first time up. Sims with her pitch, and just missed low for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. So we'll continue our conversation with Jim Muldowney. I have a couple more for him here. Sims will wind the 1-0. And that's at the knees for a called strike to count at 1-1. I'll ask Coach Muldowney to be patient with me here for a minute. 1 ball and a strike on Teeterback. No score, bottom of the third inning here in our GMC Softball Championship game. Sims with the 1-1, just missed. 2 balls and a strike. Perhaps a little bit outside for the liking of home plate umpire George Evanego. So the count at 2-1. And Sims with the 2-1 swing, and this one is a grounder going up the middle into center field for a base hit. Herka will score the first run of the game. LaRochelle comes in, no throw to the plate, and Bishop Ahr leads it 2-0. 2 RBIs for Paige Teeterback. That one just a roller through the middle of the infield. And that drives in 2 for the Lady Trojans. So they lead it 2-0. DiJianne at second, and catcher Jenna Schwartz up. She flied out to left her first time up. Sims with the first pitch, hit foul behind us. Behind us here at the bleachers, out of play, no balls and a strike. Next question I'll ask you, Coach, is for a 2-year program, do you coach differently with a 2-year program as opposed to a 4-year program?
No, there's no difference in the coaching. It's kind of different. The difference is that you're recruiting players for your institution, and you're also trying to help them get to another institution at the end of their careers. So that would be the only difference. And what I was saying before, you're talking about a great academic institution here at Middlesex, and you're also talking about hopefully a good softball experience, and then you're talking about the monetary advantages as well. An entire year at Middlesex County College costs $9,000 for 30 credits. And you go to a 4-year school in state. If you're staying there, you're talking probably $30,000. So that's a $20,000 savings over the course of a year, and you multiply that by 2, and you're talking about the savings of $40,000. That's a huge chunk of money if they go on just to a state school. If you go to a private school, it's even more money.
1-2 pitch to Schwartz. She checked the swing. They appealed to the base umpire. He says no swing. 2-2. Line foul over Missy Collazo, left side. So still 2-2. Yeah, you were mentioning about the tuition. I know there's certain high schools that have higher tuitions than that for the year.
Yeah, that's true. And so it makes a lot of sense in a lot of different ways. And that's what we're trying to get across, because a lot of times, kids aren't aware of that and parents aren't aware of that. And if they see our facility and they see what we have to offer, I think that's a key too. Having an event like this here, with this big crowd, definitely helps too.
Is there a misconception about the quality of either quality of play or quality of education for a junior college?
Yeah, I definitely think so. It's been there, that's been there forever. And I don't know if that will ever go away, but I just think it's an awareness. I think the more people that you can make aware, and the more people that you can take notice of what we really do have to offer, academically, monetarily, and athletically, I think that's the key to getting more players in the future, to consider Middlesex County College.
And Sims lands one on the outside corner for strike 3, gets Jenna Schwartz looking for the third out to retire the side. Bishop Ahr does plate 2 runs on the 2-run single from Paige Teeterback. So for the Lady Trojans, 2 runs on a hit, no errors and 2 left. And so the Lady Trojans lead it by a score of 2-0 after 3. We'll move to the 4th. I have one more question for head coach Jim Muldowney. My last question is this. When opening day next year comes around, obviously you expect to be ready, you expect to have everything in place. How much work do you still have to do?
Well, we have a lot of work to do. We're going to have a fall program. We're going to start up on September 9th. The first day of school, I believe, is September 3rd. So the next Monday, we'll start with a fall program. And we're going to go 4 days a week and a Saturday. And we expect the girls to be here 2 or 3 days a week. We don't expect them to be here every day. We want to start all slow in the fall. We want them to come in and get all their academics in order, and also do a little bit of softball. We don't want to make it a 5 or 6 day a week thing where they get overwhelmed and then fall behind academically. So academics are a priority in the fall, and then once the fall season ends at the end of October, we're going to go into, like I said, weight training and fitness. And then we'll start up somewhere in February to prepare for our season on opening day, which will be sometime in March.
And if anyone wants to get in touch with you with any questions, do they email you or go to the website? Or?
Yeah, just go to the Middlesex County College website. I have an email. I have a phone number. They can contact me that way. And anytime they want to reach out to me, they can reach out to me. I'll respond. I'll get right back to them.
As we start the 4th inning, first pitch misses low to Jenny Gordon for ball 1. Coach, I've held you here for an inning, so I'll let you go. And I appreciate the time. And of course, good luck to you and Mary Lynn and the rest of the staff. And, I'm sure you guys are looking forward to some big things. As Gordon hits this one foul behind us, ball and a strike. But thanks for sticking with me for an inning.
Okay, thank you for having me. And we're excited, like I said, and can't wait to get going.
Hey,
thank you very much.
No problem. I appreciate it. Jim Muldowney, I'll let you put that there. And so as you can hear, a lot of things going on with the rebuilding of the softball program here at Middlesex County College. And so with that 4th inning, 2-0 Bishop Ahr. The Lady Trojans lead it as DiJianne's pitch is a looper to second base. That will be caught by the second baseman, Allison LaRochelle, for out number 1. So Jenny Gordon now 0 for 2 for JFK. That'll bring up the right fielder, Olivia Sims, who struck out swinging her first time up. So DiJianne will wind with her pitch, and off the end of the bat, foul, right side. No balls and a strike. It's interesting, the transition from high school softball to college softball. Speaking of college softball, I was watching the College Softball World Series last night. And a couple of interesting things I saw there. As Sims lays off a high one from DiJianne. They're going to want to appeal to the base umpire on the swing. No swing. Says Joe Calvano over at first base. So a ball and a strike. Your next pitch. This is outside. 2 balls and a strike. Joe Calvano is the first base umpire. Mike Cardarella is the third base umpire, and George Evanego at home plate. 3 umpires for today. Your 2-1. Swing and a miss. That one tailing away. 2-2 on Olivia Sims. But I was watching the I didn't see the UCLA game, but I was following it on Twitter. Next pitch. Sliced foul to the right. Sims getting a piece of that and wasting it away. Still 2-2. I was watching the Auburn game where the pitcher for Auburn, she got hit in the face with a line drive. She didn't have any face protection on. 2-2, hit on the ground, slow roller going to its third. DiJianne fields, no play. Sims will beat it out for an infield hit. A swinging bunt right there from Olivia Sims, and that ball probably went maybe 10 feet, and she got a hit. That'll bring up Katie Baumgarten. Baumgarten struck out swinging her first time up. One of 4 strikeouts for DiJianne. Now, she hasn't had a strikeout since the second inning, where she struck out 4 of 5. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. But yeah, the pitcher for ours, her name escapes me at the moment, but the pitcher for Auburn, I believe, got hit in the face with a line drive as that one hits the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. And then the UCLA game. Go to. Is on the outside corner, called strike 3. And that is the second out of the inning. 5th strikeout for DiJianne. And so 2 out, runner at first. Aaron Sinatra up. Sinatra walked her first time up. And fastball outside, ball 1. But yeah, the UCLA pitcher, and I can't think of her name either. I'm having a block here, as this one is sliced foul to the right. 1 ball and a strike. But the pitcher for UCLA, she had a perfect game going through 6 innings. And UCLA had a 2-0 lead. Next one is fouled straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. UCLA ended up scoring like 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. So they built their lead up to 6-0. And their pitcher had a perfect game through 6. They pulled the pitcher. They took her out and put another pitcher in for the 7th. And someone ended up reaching for an error in that top of the 7th to break up the perfect game, as DiJianne misses outside. So 2-2 on Aaron Sinatra. But it's just interesting. The X's and O's, if you will. 2-2. Slice foul coming back this way. Still 2-2 on Sinatra. So that was the UCLA game. So yeah, I was watching a little college softball last night. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Aaron Sinatra. No wind. Flag is as still as can be. 2-2. That's hit foul to the right. Off the top of the Bishop Ahr dugout. Still 2-2 on Aaron Sinatra. Olivia Sims is the runner at first for JFK. The Lady Mustangs trail 2-0. JFK has won 11 of their last 12. Bishop Ahr has won 6 straight games. Your next pitch. Swinging a grounder going over to short. Cronin charges. And on the run, throws to first. In time, side retired. And so that will do it for the Lady Mustangs in the top of the 4th. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. Bishop Ahr, well, actually JFK has left a runner on base in each of the first 4 innings. We have played 3.5. And we have a 2-0 Bishop Ahr game. We'll come back with the GMC Softball Championship on the King James Radio Network.
Listeners of the King James Radio Network can visit the King James Radio Network shop at jamesisking.com and get $10 off of your purchase with no expiration dates and no limits. Right at the top of the homepage is the My Locker icon. Click and customize your own KJRN gear from there, then use the code listed on the website for your discount. Sweaters, t-shirts, hats, bags, and all kinds of apparel to give you the look of a top-notch team or a top-notch individual. Thank you for checking out the KJRN shop at My Locker, only at jamesisking.com.
Check out the King James Radio Network on social media by giving us a follow on Facebook. And we're also on Twitter at King James Radio 1.
We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-0 Bishop Ahr leads here against JFK in the GMC Softball Championship game. Bishop Ahr, as they will bring up 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order, starting with Allison Van Denmark. But Bishop Ahr, 24-2 last year. They are looking for their 7th GMC championship. Breaking ball from Sims lands on the outside corner to Van Denmark. No balls and a strike. Van Denmark grounded out to third her first time up. Next pitch. Lays off and it's high. 1 ball and a strike. Yeah, Bishop Ahr is 6-1 in GMC championship games. The one they lost. As next one, this one is popped up, going out towards center field, and trying to make the catches. DeSanto goes off the glove and hits the grass. DeSanto had her back turned to the infield, so she tried to make an over-the-shoulder catch. Could not. And so I'm imagining they'll score that a hit. I'm imagining they will. I should check with JFK. Your pitch. Misses up high to Colleen, or check that, Gianna Rossi for ball one. Rossi grounded out to second. Her first time up. Bunts and pops it up to the catcher, and that's an out. Gordon was right there. It popped straight up, not that high in the air. It was basically just she bunted it, got it off the top part of the bat, and just popped it up just a little bit, but long enough for Gordon, who was on her knees behind the plate, to catch it, to snatch it out of the air. And so call that a 2 unassisted if you are a pop-up to the catcher. 1 out, and Rebecca Irizarry takes ball 1. Irizarry walked her last time up as Sims misses up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. So Van Denmark still at first. And again, 2-0 Lady Trojans here in the 4th. And the 2-0. That one at the knees for a called strike, and it's 2-1. But yeah, the pitcher, I'll see if I can look it up real quick. I want to make sure I have the right team. I believe it was Auburn. As this one is popped up out to left field, and out there is Sydney Milage. She makes the catch for the second out. Holding at first is Van Denmark. So 2 out, runner at first, and Colleen Cronin will come up. Cronin reached on a fielder's choice her first time up. Yeah, it was Auburn. I'm trying to remember the pitcher's name, and of course I'm drawing a blank. Sims with her pitch, drops in for a called strike, 0-1. So no balls and a strike. Ashley Swindle. Yeah, that's her name. Next pitch. This one is fouled back to the backstop. Count no balls and 2 strikes on Colleen Cronin. So 0-2 on Cronin. Here in the bottom of the 4th. And your next, this is a pop-up over to third. Ashley Ahr to her left makes the catch. Side retired. So Jill Sims able to work around the leadoff single from Van Denmark. And no further trouble in the 4th. So for Bishop Ahr, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. End of 4. 2-0 Lady Trojans. They are in front. We break, and we'll come back with the GMC Softball Tournament Championship on the King James Radio Network.
There are 1.5 million children living in single-parent households due to the death of a parent. Grieving children often feel alone, different, and misunderstood. Experience Camps gives them a place to play, laugh, and cry with other kids who get it. I'm Candace Wiggins. My father died when I was 4 years old, and this has shaped who I am today. I wish there was a camp like this when I was a kid. To find out more about Experience Camps or helping grieving children, visit www.experience.camp.
This week at Restoration Place, Trust Him in Everything by First Lady Darlene Bazemore.
We have to be, when we have difficult circumstances and situations that face us in our lives, we have to trust Him with our last. We have to trust Him with everything.
Be restored at Restoration Place every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time and on demand anytime on the King James Radio Network at jamesisking.com.
We move to the top of the 5th inning. JFK trailing 2-0. It'll be 8-9-1 in the batting order for the Lady Mustangs. Sophia Hindi up. Alyssa DiJianne with her pitch, and it's on the outside corner for strike 1. Hindi struck out swinging her first time up. JFK with 2 hits on the day. That one misses inside. 1 ball and a strike.
You got it, Sophia.
And the 1-1. Missing low. So 2 balls and a strike on Hindi. And the 2-1. Swing and a fly ball foul down the left side. And the count now at 2-2. So 2-2 on Hindi. 2-2 pitch. Just missed outside. It's ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. By the way, I did find out it was Rachel Garcia was the pitcher for UCLA that had the perfect game through 6 innings, and then they pulled her. So that's a grounder foul to the JFK dugout. So still 3-2. And I believe they were playing against Weber State, I believe. And the 3-2. That's hit foul behind the plate, coming back this way. Look out. Lands in about the 6th row back there. Still 3-2 on Hindi. So still 3 balls and 2 strikes. And DiJianne's 3-2. This is a fly ball going down the left field line, tailing foul. Trying to make a sliding catch was Mackenzie Pfizer, but could not. And so it's still 3-2. But yeah, Rachel Garcia was the pitcher. And so if I'm Rachel Garcia, I'm like, there's no way I'm coming out of this game, with a perfect game. I don't care when's the next time I have to pitch. But 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Hindi. And so DiJianne with the 3-2. Just outside, ball 4. So Hindi walks. Walk number 3 for Alyssa DiJianne. That'll bring up Kylie Malaj. Malaj singled her first time up. We're going to get a runner here for Hindi. So number 7 is Carly McKenzie, a sophomore. She will run for Hindi as Maureen Gallagher tries to get some speed on the bases here. Down by 2. So McKenzie is on first. Kylie Malaj at the plate. Malaj singled her first time up. Malaj, a left-handed batter. And DiJianne's pitch. Malaj bunts it foul in the air, left side, not out of play, but towards the JFK dugout. No balls and a strike. And now for JFK, you're in the 5th inning, so now it's about execution. How do you execute your bunts? How do you execute a hit and run if it's on? Next pitch. And slaps it over to third base. Picked up there by Van Denmark. Throws to first to get the out there. Herka throws it down to second, but McKenzie will stay put. So sacrifice 5-3 for Kylie Malaj for the first out of the inning. And now top of the order in Jill Sims. Sims is 0 for 2, flied out to left her last time up. And again, Sims came into today with 25 hits on the season for the Lady Mustangs. Squaring. Will pull it back and hits it foul right side out of play. No balls and a strike on Jill Sims. So a runner on second for JFK here in the top of the 5th. With Bishop Ahr leading 2-0. Bishop Ahr looking to repeat as GMC champions. They did it in 1996 and 1997. They did it again in 2000 and 2001. The next pitch, swing and a miss. And the count at 0-2.
Hands and heads. Let's go. Hands and heads.
So 0-2 on Sims. As DiJianne with ball in her right hand. Now will wind. Her next pitch, missing outside. And the count now at a ball and 2 strikes on Sims. Your next pitch, missing outside. 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And time is called as Sims will step out. Again, not a lot of clouds here today. The wind is just a slight breeze. 2-2. Misses up high, ball 3. The JFK hitters have waited DiJianne out a little bit here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the count at 3-2, and your next pitch is missing low, ball 4. Sims will walk. So 2 walks in the inning for DiJianne, and that's 4 for the game. So that's what I meant about the JFK hitters being patient and just trying to wait her out. So McKenzie at second, rather. Jill Sims at first. Bianca DeSanto is up. Swing and a fly ball foul left side. No balls and a strike. DeSanto has walked and popped out to third. 0 for 1. Bishop Ahr 2 runs on 4 hits. JFK no runs on 2 hits. We're in the top of the 5th inning. And DiJianne with her pitch. Missing inside. Ball and a strike. And, of course, this is a pivotal spot for JFK here because Ashley Ahr, the number 3 hitter, is on deck, followed by Jenny Gordon. Your next pitch. On the inside corner for a called strike, and it's 1-2. One out in the inning. Runners at first and second for JFK, so they have the tying runs on base. DiJianne with her ball in her right hand. 1-2. Just missed outside. Count it 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. So DiJianne winds. 2-2. And it hits her. And so DeSanto gets hit on the left arm. And she will head down the first. That loads the bases. Hindi to third. Sims to second. DeSanto to first. The bases are loaded. Maureen Gallagher will head out to first base to check on DeSanto, who's favoring her left shoulder. Meanwhile, Missy Collazo heads to the circle to talk to DiJianne. The bases are loaded, and Ashley Ahr will be at the plate. With 1 out here for JFK. Again, Ahr comes in hitting at .368 with a homer and 16 runs batted in. Ahr is 0 for 2. She has flied out to left and popped out to short. So DeSanto checks out as okay. Missy Collazo is done with her infield. And so the bases are loaded for JFK here. Ahr is up. Ashley Ahr, right-handed batter. And Alyssa DiJianne will go into the line with her pitch. Swing and a miss. Belt high pitch there, counted 0-1. So no balls and a strike. And DiJianne with the 0-1, missing outside. 1 ball and a strike. Carly McKenzie at third. Jill Sims at second. Bianca DeSanto at first. You're 1-1. On the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ashley Ahr. So the count now at 1-2. You're 1-2. Just off the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So now 2-2. DiJianne's pitch. Swing and a grounder foul left side to the JFK dugout. Still 2-2 on Ashley Ahr. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Obviously a big spot here for everybody involved. 2-2. Swing and a line drive foul past Maureen Gallagher over at the third base coach's box. And it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ashley Ahr. Bases loaded for JFK with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Bishop Ahr 2, JFK nothing. And DiJianne's pitch, missing outside. That brings the count full to 3-2, and the one thing that has hampered DiJianne today is the walks. She's got 4 of them. 3-2. Popped up. DiJianne off the circle, towards the line in foul ground, makes the catch on the third base side for the second out, and that's a huge out. So 2 out, and that'll bring up catcher Jenny Gordon. JFK's best hitter, Gordon, is 0 for 2. She has struck out and popped out to second. Gordon, a right-handed batter. DiJianne's pitch misses up high with a fastball, ball 1. So, can she get out of this with bases loaded and 1 out? The 1-0. Swing and a miss. That one over the outer half. 1 ball and a strike. Outfield shaded a bit towards right. Maybe expecting Gordon to go the other way here. Mackenzie Pfizer playing off the line in left field. The count at 1-1. DiJianne's pitch. Sliced foul to the right, and so maybe Missy Colazo's onto something. Tried to go the other way there. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gordon. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the top of the 5th. Bishop Ahr 2, JFK nothing. And Alyssa DiJianne with her next pitch. Swing and a pop-up third base side as it will drop as a foul ball. So it'll still be 1-2. JFK has been able to waste away some DiJianne pitches. And DiJianne with the ball in her right hand. 1-2. Swing and a pop-up. DiJianne off the circle to her right fields and makes the catch. Side retired. And so Alyssa DiJianne working out of trouble with the bases loaded and 1 out. Able to get the next 2 hitters on pop-ups to end the threat. So for JFK, let's see here. Let me mark this in. For JFK, no runs on no hits, no errors, and there were 3 left. Middle of the 5th, 2-0 Bishop Ahr. So we'll break here, and we'll come back to Middlesex County College in just a moment with the GMC Softball Tournament Championship on the King James Radio Network. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-0 is your score. Bishop Ahr leads it, and so right off the bat, Jill Sims will have to deal with Megan Herka. Herka is 1 for 2, singled her last time up. I didn't mention this, in Herka's first at bat, but Herka leads the state in walks with 35. She has 35 walks. There was actually a stretch, a 4-game stretch, where Herka did not get a single thing to hit. She had like close to 20 plate appearances, and they walked her every single time in a 4-game stretch. I mean, Sims with her pitch, swinging a foul straight back, no balls and a strike. And it's a credit to Herka in that she's still able to be patient enough to get the hits that that she has for that .628 batting average that she has. Because normally if you get walked like that, you start to get frustrated and you start to swing outside of your comfort zone, as she drills this one to deep right field. And in front of the fence is Olivia Sims. Can't get it. It'll drop in front of the fence. Herka's at second. She's going to go to third. And Herka will have a leadoff triple. That one was a high fly ball to deep right field, and Olivia Sims couldn't figure out how to play it in front of the fence. And Herka leads off the bottom of the 5th with a triple. She's on third. And that'll bring up Allison La Rochelle. La Rochelle walked and her last time up as she hits the first pitch foul behind us here. No balls and a strike. La Rochelle's been hit by a pitch and walked, so no official at bat. But yeah, you have to show a lot of patience if you're Herka getting walked like that. As Sims with her next pitch. It's on the inside corner for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Herka, La Rochelle, and Alyssa DiJianne are the due hitters here in the 5th. Sims with a 0-2. Fouled back. Still 0-2. Outfield playing, fairly deep here. The 0-2. Misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Because you figure it's probably better to play deep here because on a fly ball to the outfield, maybe if you're an outfielder, you can get a running start and try to throw out Herka. Next pitch. Swing and a foul straight back. That one got in on La Rochelle, got her in on the hands. And the instant she swung, she knew. Still a ball and 2 strikes. So Jill Sims with her 1-2 pitch. Swing and a pop-up. Short left field. Going into foul ground. Air gives chase, and it's going to drop in front of the fence. So still a ball and 2 strikes.
Go, Jill.
And so Sims with her next pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Jenny Gordon. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the count at 2-2. 2-2, popped up. This one will stay in. Air makes the catch for the out. Herka holding at third. 1 out. And that'll bring up Alyssa DiJianne. Now I've heard DiJianne and I've heard DiJianne. I was told DiJianne, so that's what I'm going with. DiJianne's 1 for 2. Fielder's choice her last time up. First pitch from Sims. Line drive back up the middle for a base hit. Coming in to score is Herka. And Alyssa DiJianne helps herself with an RBI single, and it will extend the Bishop Ahr lead to 3-0. First pitch from Sims, belt high. And DiJianne smacks it going into right center field. So that'll bring up Paige Tiedeback. And takes pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Tiedeback has the other 2 RBIs with a single her last time up. 0-1 on the outside corner for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. So the count at 0-2. Sims with her pitch. Missing Lou. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 5th. 3-0 Lady Trojans. Next pitch. Swing, and this is a fly ball out to center field. And right there to make the catch is Kylie Malaj for the out. That's out number 2. Holding at first is DiJianne. 2 outs.
How about the catcher, number 2, Jenna Schwartz.
Here's Jenna Schwartz. Schwartz is 0 for 2. Struck out looking her last time up in the 4th inning when we had Middlesex County College softball coach Jim Muldowney on. Sims with her pitch. Pop foul behind the plate here. No balls and a strike. So Sims trying to regroup here and trying to keep her team in the game. Next pitch. Curve misses outside. 1 ball and a strike. Again, Sims has yet to suffer a loss this season for the Lady Mustangs at 11-0. Next pitch. Checks the swing. They'll appeal. First base umpire Joe Calvano says no. Schwartz did not swing. It's 2 balls and a strike. So Sims will wind with the 2-1, missing high, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike now on Jenna Schwartz. And the 3-1 swing, and this one is a ground ball over to second. Hindy's got it, throws to first. In time, side retire. Sims, she had only given up, the most runs that Sims has given up this year would be 4. which would all unearned against Carteret. That was the second game of the year. So Bishop Ahr currently with a 3-0 lead as they score one more run. So they score one run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left. End of 5 now, and Bishop Ahr leads it by a score of 3-0. So we'll break, and we'll come back for the 6th inning in a moment. This is the GMC Tournament Championship game on the King James Radio Network. Top of the 6th inning. And now JFK trails 3-0. It will be 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order for the Lady Mustangs. Olivia Sims up first. And Alyssa DiJianne with a pitch. Sliced foul off the end of the bat to the backstop. No balls and a strike. Olivia is 1 for 2 with an infield hit. Her last time up, 1 of 2 hits for JFK. So they're trying to figure it out. And your next pitch misses the inside corner. 1 ball and a strike. We mentioned that JFK, they were eliminated from states 2 days ago by Mattawan, losing 2-0. Bishop Ahr in the non-public bracket, as this one is popped up in the center field, and going back, drifting back. Maybe make the catch is Rebecca Irizarry for the first out. That one was a high pop, and Irizarry, I don't know, she might not have seen it at first, but then was able to track it. 1 out, nobody on, and Katie Baumgarten will come to the plate. Baumgarten 0 for 2. She has struck out swinging and looking. Left-handed batter against DiJianne with her pitch. Swing and a miss. That one tailing away, 0-1. Your next pitch. Swing and a miss. That one was down. 0-2 on Baumgarten. And the 0-2 just missed outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But I have to see where Bishop Ahr is. There's the 1-2, swing and a miss. Low pitch there from DiJianne for strike 3 for the second out. That is strikeout number 6 for Alyssa DiJianne. 2 outs. And Erin Sinatra, the designated player, will come up. Sinatra walked her first time up, grounded out to short her last. And the fastball on the outside corner. No balls and a strike. Of course, we'll have the GMC Baseball Tournament Championship tomorrow from Ray Simperley Field. This one is swung on and fouled back. 0-2. Game time scheduled for 2 o'clock from East Brunswick Votech. No balls and 2 strikes. And DiJianne winds. 0-2 is in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. No, 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Side retired. Back-to-back strikeouts for DiJianne in the 6th. She's got 7 for the game. She has retired her last 5 batters as JFK goes in order in the 6th. Nothing across for the Lady Mustangs, and we have played 5.5. 3-0 Bishop Ahr. We'll break, and we'll come back with the GMC Softball Tournament Championship on the King James Radio Network. First pitch from Jill Sims is in the dirt for ball 1 to start the bottom of the 6th inning to Allison Van Denmark. 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order here for Bishop Ahr. Van Denmark, Gianna Rossi, and Rebecca Irizarry are due up. Lady Trojans lead at 3-0. Sims with her next pitch. And that one is in there for a called strike. Count at 1-1. So a ball and a strike. 1-1. Misses up high. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1. Swing and a pop-up. Bianca DeSanto at shortstop. Able to make the catch for the first out. So 1 out. And looks like Missy Collazo is going to make a change here. So we'll get a pinch hitter for Gianna Rossi. It'll be freshman Melissa Martinez pinch hitting. Martinez, 8 for 34 on the season. That's a .235 batting average. 2 homers and 8 runs driven in, so has a little pop there. Sims with her pitch and misses high, ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes. And that's the thing with Bishop Ahr. It doesn't seem to matter if you're a freshman, sophomore, whatever, as this one is skied out to short right, and Hindi going back on it, went off of her forearm and drops in the outfield, and Hindi slow to get up. Hindi was backtracking on that and went to the outfield grass, and I think she might have got injured on the fall more so than the getting hit with the ball. The ball glanced off of her left forearm, her glove hand, and then I think Hindi hit the grass pretty hard and is shaken up. But that one, it looked like she just lost track of it at the end. And so Martinez will be on first. We'll see what the scoring is on that. I'm too far away from the scorers table over there. Now the JFK, they've given Martinez a single as Hindi is now on her feet. So that would be the 6th hit of the game for Bishop Ahr. And Hindi with head coach Maureen Gallagher out there. So while they're checking up on Hindi, I was trying to find Bishop Ahr's, Hindi's jogging just to, make sure she's okay, but I was trying to find Bishop Ahr here. I believe they're in non-public South A, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Hindi's okay. Maureen Gallagher will head back to the JFK dugout. But let's see. I'm going to check on Bishop Ahr here. Yeah, they're the number 3 seed in non-public South A. They have a bye in the first round to the quarterfinals, which they will play on May 23rd. Here's Rebecca Irizarry. She has walked and flied out to left, so 0 for 1. Sims with her pitch. Swinging a pop-up to Santo at short. Makes the catch for the second out. So 2 out now, and Colleen Cronin up. Cronin is 0 for 2. Fielder's choice and popped out to third. But yeah, Bishop Ahr has a bye into the quarterfinals. They will face either number 6 Camden Catholic, as that one bounces past Gordon to the backstop. So down to second goes Martinez. We'll call it a wild pitch. Ball 1-0 on Cronin. But Bishop Ahr has a bye to the non-public South A quarterfinals. They will face either number 6 Camden Catholic or number 11 Immaculata. And now we're going to get a conversation with the umpires here. I'm not sure what it's about. They just came from the JFK dugout. Couldn't quite catch what that was about, but it looks like they called it a strike and not a ball. So I think they're saying that Cronin offered at it. So no balls and a strike. Your next pitch. Bunt, foul, right side, and Cronin stumbled and fell coming out of the batter's box, and she's slow to get up. Looks like Cronin lost her footing there at home plate, and Missy Collazo will check in on her. No balls and 2 strikes. So now Cronin will tie the shoelaces, so a shoelace break. And no balls and 2 strikes on Cronin. So the count at 0-2. So Sims into the line, and 0-2 pitch popped up, foul behind us here. Several people putting their hands on their heads. Well, I guess if you have to choose between a fractured finger or a contusion, I guess the fractured finger is probably the better option. No balls, 2 strikes. Your next pitch, missing outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cronin. And the 1-2. Swinging a high fly ball out to right. Olivia Sims coming in and makes a shoestring catch. Side retired. I think Sims didn't see that. The sun might be a problem here because Sims, I think, didn't see that at first. She's got the shades on out there, I think. And so that will do it for Bishop Ahr in the 6th. For the Lady Trojans, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. So last chance for JFK as we go to the 7th. And Bishop Ahr leads it by a score of 3-0 here in the GMC Softball Tournament Championship game. So we shall break, and we will come back in just a moment. Again, you're listening to the GMC, the Greater Middlesex Conference Softball Tournament Championship on the King James Radio Network. 7th inning as Alyssa DiJianne misses with a fastball inside for ball 1 to Sophia Hindi. 8-9-1 up for JFK here in the 7th. Next pitch at the knees for a called strike. 1-1. Hindi is 0 for 1. She walked her last time up. Right-handed batter. DiJianne needs 3 more outs. Next pitch, swing and a grounder off the end of the bat, stays fair. Off the mound is DiJianne. She fields, throws to first. 1 out. Meant to say off the circle, but you get the point. 1 out. Bishop Ahr looking to repeat as county champions. So that'll bring up Kylie Malaj. Kylie is singled and sacrificed and tries to run up and slap one, but it's foul to the left side. No balls and a strike. So Bishop Ahr looking to go back-to-back. Next pitch. That one just missed. Little outside, 1 ball and a strike. It'll go to the top of the order and Jill Sims on deck. Next pitch, slaps down the left field line, but foul. 1-2 on Kylie Malach. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And DiJianne winds, swing and a slap past the, nope, actually backhanded by DiJianne at the circle. Goes to first, 2 out. And so Bishop Ahr now 1 out away. And the Lady Mustangs down to their final out. Top of the order and Jill Sims. Sims is 0 for 2 with a walk. Pitch. Misses outside, ball 1. And your next pitch, missing inside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, the last team to repeat as softball champions in the GMC would be South Brunswick in 2016 and 17. 2-0. Swing and a foul straight back. Count it 2-1 on Sims. If Sims can get on, Bianca DeSanto is next. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 out, top of the 7th. Bishop Ahr 3, JFK nothing. Here for the GMC Championship. Your next pitch, popped up. Left side, giving chase. Jenna Schwartz tries to make a diving catch. She does, and this game is over. Jenna Schwartz makes a diving catch in front of the JFK dugout, and the Lady Trojans of Bishop Ahr are back-to-back GMC champions as they win it 3-0 over the Lady Mustangs here at Middlesex County College. A pop-up over to the third base side right in front of the JFK dugout, and Schwartz able to make the diving catch to end the game. Bishop Ahr improves to 19-2, and JFK will finish their season at 21-3, and runners-up in the GMC. Bishop Ahr scored 2 runs in the 3rd inning and 1 more in the 5th. And that was all that Alyssa DiJianne needed. A 2-run single from Paige Tiedeback. And then DiJianne herself with an RBI single in the 5th. And so Bishop Ahr wins the title for the 2nd straight year. It is Bishop Ahr's 7th GMC championship. And head coach Missy Collazo And well, JFK went undefeated in the GMC White division this year at 14-0 in division. And, Bishop Ahr's only loss in the conference was to South Brunswick, but then JFK's only loss in the conference was to South Brunswick. And so they had that in common as far as common opponents go. But, the Lady Trojans, obviously, pitching was a huge factor today. And some clutch hitting as well. And that's what you need in these games. These games, runs are hard to come by in championship games. And, JFK certainly had opportunities. The Lady Mustangs ended up leaving 7 on base in this game. But Alyssa DiJianne, closed the door. She actually retired her last 8 batters to end the game. And I'll tell you one thing I was wrong about. I thought this was going to be about Jill Sims versus Megan Herka. Because Herka homered last year against Old Bridge and Angelina Casey. And I thought for sure they're going to do the presentation of the championship and runner-up plaques. But I thought for sure that it was going to be about Sims versus Herka today. And it didn't turn out that way. Now, Herka did get a couple of hits. She got a single and a triple and 2 runs scored. But really, again, it was the 2-run single from Titaback and the single from DiJianne for the 3 runs. So, interesting move for Missy Collazo to put Herka at the top of the order, because you would not picture Herka as your typical leadoff hitter for a variety of reasons. And it pays off, though. It obviously paid off for the Lady Trojans this year, with 22 wins on the season, and they still have a state playoff game to go. Again, they get a bye into the quarterfinals in non-public South A. Again, JFK's season is over. They were eliminated from states by Matawan. So each individual player is being introduced for the Lady Trojans right now to accept a certificate, their championship certificate. You got Katie Abrams, Jenna Schwartz, Allison LaRochelle. Let me see if I see Ty Upton in here somewhere. She probably is here. I think she was here. Alyssa DiJianne, Madison Epps, Mackenzie Pfizer, Rebecca Irizarry, Colleen Cronin, Gianna Rossi, Melissa Martinez, who had a pinch hit appearance, Paige Titaback, Allison Van Denmark, and Megan Herka. And, of course, there's Jenna Schwartz, who made the diving catch to end the game. And Bishop Ahr, they've got, they only graduate 3 seniors. They only graduate 3 seniors. Megan Herka comes back. DiJianne comes back. Jenna Schwartz is a sophomore. She comes back. Rebecca Irizarry comes back. Paige Titaback, she comes back. So Bishop Ahr, you could be looking, I dare not use the word dynasty here, but you could be looking at, something like that. Oh, that must be Dejana Semister wearing the leg brace. Wearing the leg brace on her left leg is Dejana Semister. So yeah, 2-hitter for Alyssa DiJianne, and looks like she's going to get the GMC Finals MVP. And now GMC softball chairman Ben LaSala, athletic director at Colonia High School. He doesn't have a microphone, so they'll just come up and get the trophy and probably take a picture with the GMC championship banner. And again, JFK, a gallant effort for Maureen Gallagher and company. A great season for them. We mentioned a couple of times, undefeated in the GMC White. The number 2 seed, they lived up to that, getting here to the finals. And so you give all the credit in the world to JFK. But Bishop Ahr, back-to-back champions. of the GMCs. We're going to stick around for our post game here. We'll see if we can get Alyssa DiJianne up here, and also Paige Teeterback. We'll see if we can get both of them up here for a couple of thoughts here from Middlesex County College in Edison. My thanks to Middlesex County College softball coach Jim Muldowney for stopping by during the third inning. Of course, again, we will be with you tomorrow from East Brunswick Votech for the GMC Baseball Tournament Championship. Number 1 Old Bridge against number 3 South Brunswick at 2 o'clock over at Ray Sipperly Field. So now, of course, in the cell phone era, there will be a lot of pictures being taken with a lot of different cameras. So used to be back in the day, you might have a professional photographer come in and take some pictures, and that was that. But now, with about 500 cell phones, you have to kind of stand there for an hour while everybody gets their pictures in. So that's the 21st century in a nutshell. But I'm sure the girls are glad to do it. Thank you, sir. All right. But I'm sure the girls are glad to do it. And, like I said, it doesn't seem to matter if you're a freshman, sophomore with Bishop Ahr. It's about the program and about the system. Winning and, when you're a school like a Bishop Ahr or a St. Joe's, of course, you get a lot of fingers pointed in your direction, or you get accused of recruiting and different things. And how much of that goes on, I have no idea. But I think in the beginning, you probably have to do a little of that just to establish your program. We talked about that with Jim Muldowney here with Middlesex County College. You probably have to do scouting and recruiting and this and that to build up your program in the beginning. But then once you establish that winning culture and that winning tradition, then you don't have to recruit really. The recruiting stops from there because people will come running to your program. I know people I know people personally, firsthand, that come running to Bishop Ahr, whether it be softball or girls basketball, because both of those programs have won immensely in recent years. So I know people personally who, are in middle school. I had a guy, and I'm telling the stories as I'm waiting for, the girls to be done with their pictures. But I know a guy that he's I ran into him after a softball game that I did. And he was telling me about his daughter who's in middle school. She's in 8th grade. She plays softball. And he was telling me she goes to a public school. And he was telling me that next year she's going to go to Bishop Ahr. And there was no doubt in his mind. And that's the thing. When you win and you win consistently and you're successful, people will come running to your program. And that's probably whether you're... Oh, Missy Collazo gets the Gatorade bucket from Megan Herka. And now she's going to hug her assistant coach so he can get a little. But I'm sure Coach Collazo will gladly accept. But people will come running to your program when you are, successful and you win year after year after year. So Bishop Ahr and St. Joe's and places like that, you don't have to recruit once you win. Once you win, the winning does the recruiting for you. So that's just my opinion of where I sit with that. But in any event, all right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. I'm going to see if I can get, again, Paige Teeterback and Alyssa DiJianne up here and see if we have the right pronunciation for her name, because I've heard 3 different pronunciations. Bishop Ahr used to be in the GMC White Division, so they used to come play North Brunswick every year, so I used to be able to master these things, but now not so much, because now Bishop Ahr is in the red.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see you practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Listeners of the King James Radio Network can visit the King James Radio Network shop at jamesisking.com and get $10 off of your purchase with no expiration dates and no limits. Right at the top of the homepage is the My Locker icon. Click and customize your own KJRN gear from there, then use the code listed on the website for your discount. Sweaters, t-shirts, hats, bags, and all kinds of apparel to give you the look of a top-notch team or a top-notch individual. Thank you for checking out the KJRN shop at My Locker, only at jamesisking.com.
All right, we come back, and let's do the final totals, and then we'll have Alyssa DiJianne and Paige Tiedeback coming up. For Bishop Ahr, 3 runs on 6 hits and no errors. The Lady Trojans, they left 7 on base. So, 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for Bishop Ahr. They left 7. And for JFK, no runs on 2 hits and 1 error. They also left 7 on base. Your winning pitcher is Alyssa DiJianne, and she is now 18-2. And again, keep in mind, Bishop Ahr still has the state playoffs in front of them. So DiJianne is now 18-2. Jill Sims gets her first loss of the season. She is 11-1 to finish up her senior year, and it's a tough break for Jill Sims in that, finishing her career with a loss, back-to-back losses for JFK. JFK had not lost back-to-back games since the final 2 games of last year, and they end up losing back-to-back games this year, losing in the state playoffs to Mattawan, and now Bishop Ahr here in the GMC finals. And but again, a great year for Jill Sims and head coach Maureen Gallagher. And I'm sure I'll be seeing them next year when they come to town, when they come to North Brunswick to, meet with the Lady Raiders again. Lady Raiders played them tough in the last game anyway. And, so JFK, they did have their battles, but they made it to the finals. But, with that being said, again, we're just waiting for our 2 guests to come up here. GMC Finals MVP Alyssa DiJianne. Looks like she's going to be on her way here right now. And also Paige Tiedeback will join us as well. So let's move this over a little bit, and we'll get to talk to winning pitcher and GMC Finals MVP Alyssa DiJianne. She will come and sit here to my right. So again, 3-0, Bishop Ahr wins the GMC Championship here from Middlesex County College in Edison, New Jersey. So, on a nice day here in Edison. At least I thought she was coming up here. Oh, okay. There she is. Yep, her and Paige Tiedeback, they're on their way up here now. All right, so we'll see both of those young ladies come up here in just a moment. And, for DiJianne, again, a 2-hitter, a 2-hit shutout. Excuse me. A 2-hit shutout for the Lady Trojans, a hit in the 3rd and a hit in the 4th. Whoever wants to go first is more than welcome. You draw straws, flip a coin, whatever you want to do. So Paige Tiedeback will go first. I will have her flip that on there, and she'll hear me in there. And it's Tiedeback, right? It's not...
it's Tiedeback.
Tiedeback, okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So Paige Tiedeback with the 2-run single in the... Let's see. When you flip it around to the right page in the 3rd inning. So on that particular at bat, were you just trying to, go back up the middle? What was your approach there in that at bat?
Just to get a hit for my team and hopefully get the run in, and that's what I did.
And then, you had the 2-0 lead. So how important was it to just, play good defense?
I don't know.
What, were you nervous before the game?
Yeah, extremely.
Nervous now?
Yeah.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you know about JFK before the game today? Obviously, you knew they had a very good record, but was there anything in particular that you knew about them before the game?
No, because we hadn't played them ever, so
Yep.
I didn't know a lot about them.
And so when you're facing a team like that you're not familiar with, that's not in your division, and you're not familiar with, does anything change in your pregame, your routine or infield, outfield? Does anything change?
Nope.
Coach pretty much keeps it the same.
Yes.
All right. And when Schwartz caught the pop-up over there and that was the last out, what was going through your mind?
I was so excited.
Obviously, you weren't nervous then.
I don't know. I guess.
Well, see, it's hard to be nervous when you just won the championship because then it's over.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it's over. So you can breathe again.
Yeah.
So have you how much have you worked on your hitting throughout the season?
Not a lot.
It just comes naturally, huh?
Just what I gotta do,
You just pick up a bat and you just go up there and whatever happens after that.
No. Obviously you practice, but I've been playing the whole season, so it's just kind of
Do you take a lot of swings in the cage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we're getting somewhere here.
Yes.
Maybe we'll try a different approach. So you take a lot of swings in the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you're done taking swings in the cage, do you feel pretty good with your swings and everything?
Yes.
Does that translate over to the game? Like, are you able to do just as well in the game as you do in the cage?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, what happens when you maybe have a bad game? You go 0 for 3 or something like that. Do you try to regroup and do something different?
No, I just keep practicing.
All right. So you keep practicing.
Mm-hmm.
Has coach ever stopped practice at some point and said, "Hey guys, we're sleeping, whatever, and kind of try to get you guys back on track"?
Well, yeah, of course. Sometimes everybody has a bad day, but at the end of the day, we're all good.
Couple more here for Paige Tideback because I'm actually having a little fun here. Now you haven't played on this field before, right?
No, never.
Okay. So any difference from, there's 225 feet, so maybe a little bit bigger than your normal high school field. Did that make a difference for you?
No.
No. All right. And then my last question.
Okay.
And you have to answer in at least 2 sentences.
Okay.
How much has Coach Collazo meant to you, getting to this point?
A lot. Oh wow, she helped me with a lot. Her confidence-wise, she's always so positive and helps me with a lot.
All right. What's the biggest thing she's helped you with?
There's so many.
Well, we got time. You might have somewhere to go, but
probably fitting in and feeling comfortable on the team.
Okay. Well, that's a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me see. You are a freshman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think you guys will have this kind of success, every year going forward the next 3 years?
I hope so.
But you don't want to take it for granted.
No.
No. All right. And so the next time I talk to you, if you have a question that you want me to ask you that will help you out, you let me know because I don't want you to be nervous.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys just won the GMC championships. Are you going anywhere special after the game?
I don't know.
You haven't thought this out at all?
No. We're going to party.
Yes,
pool party. We're going to a pool party.
Pool party. Okay,
pool
very
party.
Good. That's okay. There you go. So a pool party for Paige Tideback and the Lady Trojans. And so congratulations on winning the championship. And obviously, good game for you.
Mm-hmm.
And good luck. And hope to see you next year. And so you can breathe now. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was
all
nice
right.
meeting you.
The same here. You can hand that over to Alyssa.
You know what? This is my first time.
No, you were fine. You were fine. Thank you. Yeah, so I was just having a little fun with Paige right there. But now, Alyssa DiJianne, the tournament finals MVP, sits to my right, a 2-hit shutout. Did you know from the first pitch that, okay, I have my good stuff today?
I knew before the first pitch. In warm-ups, I did everything I could to have everything working, and me and my catcher talked it out, and I just made everything so that it was good and ready to go for the game.
Now, obviously, Paige is obviously, she's very good at softball. We'll work on the interview thing some other time, but obviously very good at softball. What was it like, when she drove in the first 2 runs for you? How much did that kind of help you to breathe a little bit?
I was so proud of her, and it really helped me and kept me going, and to know that my team had my back.
And I was talking to her about not having seen JFK before, but obviously you knew they were going to be tough to get to this point. What did you try to do pitching wise against them? You only gave up 2 hits, so what did you try to do pitching wise against them?
I mean, we played them last year, obviously twice when we were in the white division, and I've watched a few of their games this year, so I kind of figured it out for myself where the weaknesses in some of their hitters, and that what I had to do to keep them off balance.
Now, you took over for Katie Eicher in the circle last year. Did you feel like you had big shoes to fill?
Katie was a great pitcher, and she really helped me out, obviously, in last year's GMC championship, and I just wanted to do my best and help the team out as much as she did.
And winning back-to-back, that must feel pretty good.
It feels great.
Yeah. So, and obviously, the pool party and everything else. Coach Collazo, I was asking Paige, what has she meant to you guys? Obviously you go through some ups and downs in the season. What has it meant for her to just keep you guys in one piece?
I mean, she's really kept us on track, and she gives us all confidence, and we trust her in anything that we do, and she really helps us to do our best.
You got the RBI single at the plate, 5th inning, and you drove in Megan Herka. First of all, putting Megan at the top of the order, because you remember last year she had a home run in last year's game show up. So you figure typically, someone like her, you would have her hitting 3rd or 4th. I know I should be asking Coach Collazo this, but what were the advantages to putting Megan in the leadoff spot, do you think?
Well, when in the middle of the season when she kept getting intentionally walked, they moved her to first, I think, to get her and on base with less outs, just so we can start the ball rolling and get some more RBIs.
And she hit the triple there. As now, I was like, does anybody? Now I'm sure you guys are going to really, mess with her on that. But when you see her legging out a triple, does that kind of get the team going a little bit?
Yeah, she really started hitting really well, and I don't know, anyone on the team, when they get a hit, we're all really excited for them, and it really gives us all energy.
And even Melissa Martinez, coming off the bench to pinch hit, she gets on base. It just seems like, no matter who it is, whether it's a freshman, sophomore, no matter who it is, Paige talked about fitting in, and it seems like everybody just fits in here. Would that be a fair description?
Yes, I think we all are excited. It's not an individual thing for us. It's more of a team thing. We're happy whenever someone does something right, even if we're not doing that well, but we're happy for each other, and that really helps us.
What do you think your best pitch was today?
Either my drop curve or my rise.
And did it matter if it was a right-handed hitter or a lefty, or no?
No.
No. And one of my last questions would be, now you got back-to-back championships. I don't think I can find it here probably in a second. I don't think I don't remember seeing the last time somebody won 3 straight championships. So that's the goal now for next year. Mm-hmm. Do you start to think about that now, or do you kind of put that off until next year?
Well, we still have states to worry about this year, obviously. But in the beginning of the season this year and last year, we all had the same goal: win division, win county, and then win states. But we just every year we set goals for ourselves and we do our best to achieve them.
And then finally, I'll let you go. I think they're all waiting for you. What other positions do you play?
Well, this year I played 3rd a little bit when Paige was pitching.
Okay. So, I think that means they're ready for you. It's not your birthday or anything, is it?
No.
Okay, all right. But when did you decide I wanna pitch?
I've been pitching since I started playing softball when I was about 6.
So, feel like this is the best decision of your life?
Yes, definitely. It's definitely my favorite part of playing the game.
because obviously the pitcher is kind of an all or nothing. Either you get most of the credit or most of the blame. So you accept that. You accept the risk and everything.
Yes, definitely.
And obviously it paid off today. Again, Alyssa DiJianne, getting a 2-hit shutout for Bishop Ahr. They win their second straight GMC championship, and as she mentioned, they still have the state playoffs coming up in non-public South Day. You get a bye into the quarterfinals, so a chance maybe to get some rest.
Yeah, a little bit.
You doing any scouting for state playoffs or no?
Not so far. I'm not really sure when the game is, but I don't think so.
Because it sounds like between you and Paige, it sounds like you guys don't really even care who you face.
We do, but it's just we have to face what's in front of us at that moment.
Yeah. And you still got the pool party.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So thanks for coming by, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And good luck to you guys in states.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You can put that there. And again, a 2-hit shutout for GMC Finals MVP Alyssa DiJianne, and so along with Paige Tideback, and so. The Lady Trojans, they win it. And so that will wrap up our coverage of the GMC Softball Tournament Championship game. We thank you guys for listening in. Again, my thanks to Jim Muldowney, the head softball coach here at Middlesex County College. My thanks to GMC Softball Chairman Ben LaSala. And my thanks to both head coaches, Missy Collazo for Bishop Ahr and Maureen Gallagher for JFK. I was looking here, and since the GMC started in 1986, no team has won 3 straight GMC championships, and that will be the goal of the Lady Trojans come next year. And as Alyssa mentioned, they still have the state playoffs to worry about, so they'll deal with that first, and then once that's over, then focus on next season. So with that, we will talk to you tomorrow from Ray Sipperly Field over at East Brunswick Tech for the GMC Baseball Championship at 2 p.m. When the number 1 seed Old Bridge Knights take on the number 3 seed, the South Brunswick Vikings. And we will talk to you from East Brunswick. Until then, this is Corbett Thompson saying goodbye, Godspeed from Middlesex County College in Edison, New Jersey, where your final score here, the Lady Trojans of Bishop Ahr, they win it 3-0 over JFK. We will talk to you tomorrow. Until then, you folks, have a good night.